Hello. Welcome, friends. Click on in. Good to see everyone here. We're looking very purple tonight. that's the, that's the theme. I like it. Hey, Mary. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you. And Vinny, North Carolina. Oh, I love North Carolina. Got a lot of friends out there. Wonderful band. John Dillard and his crew out there. Fantastic musicians. I really, really miss making the rounds, as we say. You know, going to South Florida, you know, Central Florida, working our way up the coast as we do every year. And we didn't do it this year, of course. So I miss my friends, the fans and the musicians that I play with there. They're all wonderful. So anyway, good to good to see you there. Hi, Jason. You are, 3 more weeks of this, and I think you'll make, or no, I guess it's 6 more weeks of this, and you'll get 10 shows you will have watched, and then you get a free watch. How's that? From Vancouver. Love it. Just to clarify, Vancouver, BC, right? Not Washington, I'm assuming. But welcome back to the Zen Den. I forgot to mention that. This is called the Zen Den, and it kind of has that vibe of being very calm. Oh, by the way, I'll spring the new camera on you in a second. I just every week I want to try to add another camera, so so we can have some interest there. Hey, Linda. Hi, Jeff. Thanks for having us over again. Best seats in the house. It is. You get up close and personal. It really is. I do enjoy these. It's nice to see you folks. I have to be honest with you. When this particular set of Wednesdays, last one included, I teach at a college, and so Wednesdays, for whatever reason, is the day that I teach, and the day that in between the classes I teach. There's all these meetings that happen, administrative meetings. So talking about budget reports and this and that and the other and class schedules this is my reward for a long day, is to be able to just sit in my studio and still in front of the same camera, but this time with the saxophone in hand to play some songs for you folks, so and get a chance to chat with you as well. So thanks for clicking in. And Jacob, good to see you. How are you doing? I'm going to talk to you and warm up, because this thing is it's funny. This is the smallest of the three horns, the alto, the soprano, alto, and tenor. For some reason, this one takes the longest to warm up. So maybe because, I know why. Because the tubing is so much smaller, any movement in either direction from being cold to warm makes a huge difference in pitch. That must be it. So if you are a physicist out there, please chime in. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, Carrie. Nice to see you again as well. And Malik. Oh, that's good. All is good. All is good. Um, Having a great time, like I mentioned, at the college, but I'm also having a great time preparing these shows for you guys. It's interesting. You are so kind as to, chat in and say, hey, could you play this song? Could you play that song? And I'm delighted to answer as many as requests as I can. What it has me doing, though, is going back in time and learning a bunch of songs that I had not played in years. And so you folks have been inspiring me to, number one, practice. That's always good. Have a reason to practice. But also kind of revisit some older songs and chart them out, because some of them didn't have charts. And, that's why we never play them live. So I'm going back in time and investing a little time in this music. And I appreciate your help with that. You really, truly are helping. Yeah. Connecticut. Oh, what a beautiful state. The best. Best. Really cool place. So lovely. And Bobby, photographer extraordinaire. What's going on, Bobby? Good to see you. North Carolina. Okay. All right. Different parts of North Carolina. That's right. Nice. Oh, and Jason says Vancouver, BC. Thank you for clarifying. I mean, they're both good. I'm just wondering. Yeah. Clinton Township in Michigan. Okay. Robin, welcome. Thanks for coming in. It's fun to see where you guys are from. Can you play the song for us in Phoenix, Arizona? And I propose to, you can stop the show. It was called Take Me With You. Oh, wow. That's a Russ Freeman song. Actually, I don't remember the melody completely. I certainly don't want to mess it up. That's a lovely story. So you're saying that, can you play this song for us? Are you saying you're going to propose to your wife, your future wife, or you did propose to your wife? I'm thinking that you proposed to your wife during that song. That's great. We would have so much fun on the road. We get, you know, pieces of paper handed us backstage saying, "Could you play during this song? Could you pause for a second and so I could propose to my wife?" And we have to answer those requests. Yeah. You're right, Jacob. Nothing better than the Zen Den on a Wednesday evening. This is my reward. This is my Saturday night. I can kind of relax here. Yeah. We have, okay. You have, this is the best part is when you guys know each other. This is wonderful. This is how community is built, right? Hey, Jeff, how much would you charge, to do a 30 to 60 second iwi or flute solo on a record? My prices are very, very negotiable. I'll work with your budget. I will. So you know what? Email me, Jeff at Jeff Kashiwa. We'll figure it out. Okay, Ricardo, welcome. Pleased to meet you. Um, hey, Doug. Thank you. I appreciate that. Love your melodic phrasing. Um, one of my people ask, "Who's your inspirations?" And I've listed them before. I'd say them again. Um, Chronologically speaking, like Spyro Gyra, Jay Beckenstein is such a melodic player. He always sings to the saxophone. He's got plenty of chops. He can do anything he wants to on the saxophone, but it's the tone and the phrasing of the melody and the writing of the melody, just beautiful. He's one of my first guys. It grabbed my ear and wouldn't let go. I just loved it, so I copied him a lot. And Phil Woods, that type of thing. But another inspiration of mine is my wife, Shantae. She is not a professional musician, but she can sing very beautifully. She's a big Beatles fan. But she's always like my muse, reminding me what it's all about. She's always reminding me, technique is great and exciting, and the fireworks are great. But you gotta play something that people feel they can follow. And I always keep that in mind. So I appreciate that comment very, very much. Youth and Vanity. That's such an interesting name. Hey, Jeff. Cool books on your piano. Yes. Well, they're actually not books. They're actually CDs, CD collections. The first one is Duke Ellington Classics and Lionel Hampton 4 CD set. And the third one, you kids may not know what this is. It's called an LP, which means long play. It's a record. And there's a place called Half Price Books around the corner from my house that my daughter likes to go to buy discount books. And we go there occasion, and I do what I did when I was a kid, and I thumb through the LPs. They have now re-released a lot of classics, Kind of Blue, and this one, Hank Mobley Workout. So I just like to have it there. Yeah, I have it there to remind me what it's all about, dedication to the art form of jazz. But thanks for noticing. Houston. Love Houston. Welcome, Steve. Yeah, my nephew is going to NTSU and having a great time. He's in the drama department, actually. And I think it's in Denton, Texas. Not Houston, Denton. Thailand. Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Is it Panchit? Pleasure. And Denny. Hi, Denny. Yes, down in Olympia. Love it. Our state's capital. Hope things are safe and not riotous, as we've seen in the past. Hello from Argentina. What a treat to have you here. Welcome. And Valerie from Cambridge, Ontario. Very nice. Like I said, I've had the most pleasant memories of traveling up and down the East Coast and also getting over to Ontario from time to time, too. And Charles, hi. Texas, okay. Back home in Kansas City now. Very nice. And Ty, thank you. Thank you very much. And, okay, are you asking me? I'm not in Houston. I live in Seattle, Washington. That's where I'm from. And that's where the Zen Den is. And, I noticed there's actually something called therapeutic excuse me, I need to cough. Therapeutic light therapy, where people actually sit in front of a light board. Well, I realized, let me spring on you my new camera. This is called it's the studio shot. It's back there behind the television. I call it the bald spot camera because I'm going to watch it grow as the show goes on. But these lights here, these panels of lights, I have on me almost the entire day as I teach and as I do video conferences and stuff like that. So as a result, I've got this light blasting at me all day long, and I got to tell you, it lifts the spirit. It actually is like a kind of legal therapy, a legal therapy, a recognized therapy, light therapy. And I realized, I feel pretty good. So I think it must be the lights, Amazon.com. Very reasonable. All right. Hey, John. Years ago, I was in college with Larry Piniella, okay, at both UNT and later Northern Illinois University, okay. Used to say about playing with you in the Disney College Band years ago. I still keep in touch with Larry. Always loved your playing with the rips and your solo work. Keep it up. Thank you very much, John. A note about Larry Piniella. I believe he's a professor at a university now. Larry, what John is referring to is in my first professional gig was in 1982. I auditioned. Guess where I auditioned? I auditioned at Carnegie Hall because they had these posters up at Berkeley where I was going to school. Come audition for the Disneyland All-American College Band. So I thought, okay, I'll try. And so the auditions were held at Carnegie Hall. So a bunch of friends and I hopped on a Greyhound bus, paid our $50, went to New York City. We all shared a hotel room, which was disgusting. I think I have pictures. I got to find them. It looked like a crime scene. It was disgusting, but it's all we could afford. And then we went to Carnegie Hall to audition. And I remember one of the interview questions. They were looking for people who could read music, etc., and sight read and this and that and the other. But the director of the band, Art Bartner, asked me one question at the end. He goes, "Okay, Jeff, you sound okay, but what happens if we don't have an alto saxophone spot and we need you to play bass drum? How would you feel about that?" And I told him, "I will play that drum with all my heart." And he laughed, and I got the gig, but on alto, not on bass drum. But anyway, that started a beautiful relationship with Disney, and I have since gone back to be a clinician with the same college band program. I enjoy working with the students, and really good time. Anyway, Larry was in the band with me, and my God, he's a great player, just a fantastic player. We're talking a long time ago. We were in our 20s, and even then, perfect sound. I remember he was listening to a lot of Clifford Brown. Awesome player. So please tell Larry I said hello. Please, please, please. Hello, Jeff. Simply Lee. Okay, Lee. We'll just call you Lee. And Deborah. Diamond Bar. My brother used to live out there. Thank you for clicking in. Hey, Tess. How you doing? Light therapy. Right. That's right. That's right. You've heard of aromatherapy, music therapy, light therapy. Jazz Studies Director. Okay, Larry's Jazz Studies Director at Southern Mississippi. Wonderful. Okay, all right. I will Facebook him. I didn't know that. All right. Vernon. Very, very fine bassist I've had the pleasure of playing with at a club called South in Philadelphia. If you live anywhere on the East Coast, you've got to go to South Restaurant. It's fantastic. Are they even still open, Vernon? I don't know. I mean, they might be temporarily or restricted, I don't know if they're doing live music. But when it gets going again, I'm going back. They have a wonderful, I will tell you the menu. They have a wonderful salmon with Tuscan kale. And I went to the chef. I said, "How are you making this kale? Teach me." He says, "I'm not doing anything. It's Tuscan kale. Comes that way. Soft, delicious. It's not like, the hard kind of regular kale. It's like soft and tender and beautiful." So I just want to tell you that. Order the salmon. D. Warner, hello. I'm doing fine, thank you very much. And Vernon says no live music at the moment. I'm sure it'll come back. And the curator of all that stuff is Gerald Veasley, a wonderful bassist with Grover Washington Jr. for years, and a wonderful artist in his own right, and just an all-around cool person. Hey, Leonard. All right. Last 7 years. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Well, here's to you. Thank you. Well, folks, I think Welcome, welcome. And Deb, just one more person. Yeah, it is very good. You got to try it. Okay, so what I would like to do is play some music for you. How's that sound? Um, I, as always, I have to push a bunch of buttons. It's just me downstairs here. I wish I had an engineer. So I have to do a couple things here and then push a button. And with any luck, we'll be off and running. So just hang tight for a second. I'm going to fade to black and do all those magical button pushing and come back. I'm going to play a song. It's called Slow Turn. And it's from the new CD that is not yet released. It's just being mixed by my good friend Young Lee over in South Korea, even as we speak. It's a trip. I send him files in our time here in Seattle in the daytime, which is nighttime for him. He works while I'm sleeping, and he sends them back, and we make adjustments, and it's kind of a nice rhythm we got going. So anyway, this is one of the songs that's being finished. This is not the actual mix. This is my rough mix, but it's going to be fine for the purposes for tonight. On this track is my band, Coastal Access, and that's Dave Hooper and Melvin Davis. Let's see, who else is on? Okay, and then we actually had some special guests up here, Mr. Mark Antoine and Philippe Sace. And I've got some video footage of Philippe Sace actually recording this piano part. I'm going to put together a video later. But for now, we'll just listen to it. I'm going to play along with it. This is called Slow Turn. So if you'll give me a moment, I'm going to click a couple buttons and I'll be right back. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Glad you enjoyed that. Oh, man. That felt good. Okay, so a little bit about that song. Let's see if I can jump back to the comments where we last were. Oh, someone came in from Sao Paulo. Welcome, welcome, Alexander. Thank you so much for coming out. Clicking in, I should say. Argentina. This is an honor to have people from all over the place. Sorry, I got the wrong camera on. People from all over the place coming over. That's wonderful. Yeah, both. Let me talk about Mark and Philippe are friends. They both speak French beautifully. They're a lot of fun, and they're both crack ups and very just wonderful friends and wonderful musicians. And it's fun to watch Philippe. I will make a video and post it for you or repost it for you of him kind of going through the process of recording the song. I sent him the chart. I sent him a demo of me playing piano, and I kind of told him what the vibe was that I wanted, etc. And he set about doing this beautiful thing. Not only did he play piano, he also played piano effects. I don't know if you could tell. That's why I was kind of waiting at the end. You could hear, I don't know how well it translated over Zoom, but he took a guitar pick and he was playing chords with this hand and zing like a zither on his Steinway, playing these beautiful effects. And he also did a lot of tapping on the tone board of the piano, like really cool, really interesting stuff. And it just added so much vibe and wonderful color to the song. So I'm just delighted to have both Philippe, and Mark on this track. Mark's wonderful too. Mark's moving to Florida. Hello, Florida people. Mark's moving your way. So I think he and his family are moving out there. So you'll see him. Yeah, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Love Santa Fe too. Love all these places. Thank you, Joe. See me playing with the Rippingtons in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Wow, that was a long time ago. I do remember those gigs. That was a lot of fun. Had so much fun. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. And Carrie, thank you very much. I like those sort of understated pieces. You know, kind of that whisper to you. You know what I'm saying? Kind of have that. There's a lot of power in keeping it. What am I trying to say? A lot of power in subtlety, if that's a phrase. Thank you. Slow turn. Legit. Spiral Gyro vibe. Yeah. Yeah. Since you mentioned Jay. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was thinking also Bob James on that one. He does. Remember Bob James and Earl Klugh did a series of albums, right? And one of them was called Cool. It had 2 cucumbers on it. Cool as a cucumber. And that album really took me. It was like Harvey Mason and I think maybe Nathan East. It was a gorgeous album. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your comments. Hey, Carol Kim. Greetings from Connecticut. Love your lovely day video. Oh, okay. Thank you. Put a huge smile on your face. I post also on my Facebook page, if you're following me, some videos that my students do, or I do with my students, in an ensemble. And so during these days, we are not allowed to set foot in our music building at the school, even though we got this great gear there. We've got computers, we've got software, we've got equipment. We can't go inside. We're not allowed to because of COVID. So I decided to take on the challenge and ask students if they'd be interested in recording themselves, both audio and video, and then sending me the files, and I will paste together a piece or several pieces, and that's what we've been doing. So it's been going pretty well, and we have been assembling videos, and for no other reason than this is our mission statement. It's actually as much theirs, if not more theirs than mine. I said, what do you want to be about? What's this about? It's not just about making music. What do you want to do? What are we trying to say as a group? And they all said the same thing. It was unanimous. Let's do positive, fun music. So that's what we're doing. Tune after tune, we're going to try to lift people's spirits and send out a message of, just positivity, hope. And overall, you know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Right? What's wrong with that? So I'm on board. Thanks, Dee. Appreciate that. And Marcy, hey, thank you. You know, it's funny. I don't know why it's so purpley tonight. I don't know what happened. Usually it's more blue. Maybe I turned up the red with the blue. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still learning lights, but the purple seemed to bring it together. But thank you, Calvin Klein. I recommend this brand. You follow me. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Welcome. Oops, I just lost my place in the chat here. If I skip over you, my apologies. Okay, tell us about your soprano and your mouthpiece. Very nice. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hold on. Okay. So, this particular horn is not a Trevor James. I'm with the Trevor James Company. I play their flutes. They're lovely. And their tenor sax, and occasionally I do play their alto as well, but tonight I'm playing the king. This soprano is not from them because they don't make a soprano. This is from a company called Eastman, and this is called the 54. What's it called? 50, I can't forget. 50. I'm not 54. 52nd Street. 52nd Street soprano, and I got turned on to them through Bob Menser, who is probably one of the world's greatest tenor players. He endorses their company, Eastman Horns, 52nd Street model. He sounds so good, so beautiful. And I listen, like most saxophone players do, with headphones and really closely to Bob's playing. And from when he switched from a Selmer, which is world famous, like Stradivarius, to this modern company, this new company, it's like it was a slight difference, but it was definitely not, and by any means a step down. It was maybe even a step up, according to Bob. It was in terms of reliability. So I checked him out, fell in love with the horn, got this one at Ted Brown Music in Tacoma. Thanks to my good friend Jim Evans and Ellie for setting me up with the deal I could not say no to. So that's the horn. And then the mouthpiece, let's see if I can change cameras here. Okay, all right. Here is the mouthpiece. I just got this. This is the Jody Jazz. Okay, let me just take a breath to get my words right. This is the Jody Jazz HR Star Custom Dark 7 soprano. Woo, I think I got it right. A lot of words there. And to let you know, I only received it last week, and I took it out of the box and put it on, put a reed on, and started playing it, and haven't taken it off since. And I immediately texted Jody and to let him know what fine work he's doing. It's like it feels comfortable. It does everything that the previous mouthpieces did, but it's got this extra layer, I think, of velvet on top. It's got this thing, I can't describe it. It's very easy to blow through, but it produces a nice sound, and I told him, "Are you reading my mind? Are you some sort of a clairvoyant? This is the kind of mouthpiece I've been wanting. I can't get there. I want this sound." And he sent, the mouthpiece. I put it on, and it's like, okay, this is what I've been wanting. So anyway, that's my mouthpiece story with that one. Just got it last week. So thanks for the question. Loved it from San Jose. I've got many relatives in San Jose, and my wife and I used to live pretty close to San Jose. So welcome, Julie. Could I talk about your recording setup you're using up there? Yep. Okay. You got it. Oh, are you kidding me? I teach music technology. This is my favorite subject. Hold on a second. Okay. So, behind me, let's see. Let me swing it around. This, I don't know if you can see it or not. My mics are not behaving. That's a AKG 414, and most important is the end part, BULS. Sorry for the reverb on my voice. I found it's easier to not have to mute unmute all night. So anyway, that's the microphone. It's not produced anymore. They make 414 still, but they don't make that model. The BULS had the C12 capsule in it. It's got I think it's a fantastic mic, all around mic. You can use it on anything, and I do. And then that's going into tonight. I'm going into my Neve 1073 LB, which means lunchbox, and that it's like a Neve 1073 mic pre, and that's going into the Apollo X6 line in, and that's it. That's my recording chain, and I'm pretty happy with it. And depending on the song, I use a Universal Audio, an actual 610 mic pre, where I switched out the tubes inside the mic pre. I switched them out. I put Telefunken, a matched pair of Telefunken tubes in there. Very happy with that combination. So the sound thing is something we tinker with. Any musician tinkers with it to try to just make it a little bit better. And I know my wife thinks I'm crazy, chasing a ghost, trying to get the perfect thing, And I will tell you this, from relearning some of these old songs that folks like you have requested for me to play for them, I had to relearn them. I had to go back to school and figure out what the notes were and all that. I'm listening to the old Jeff, and I will say, I'm happy to say, I've improved. There you have it. So all this effort's been worth it. I've gotten a little better. At least I hope I have. I think I have. UK. I love the United Kingdom. I can't wait for the new CD. Thank you. I'm excited to get it out. It's almost done. We're almost done. We're kind of nearing. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting there. Thank you, AD. Oh, I think I already clicked that one. Sorry about that. Thank you, Chris. I much appreciate that. I appreciate that. I think I might have gone. I think I went back. Sorry. Sorry. Earl Clue. Yep, absolutely. One of my favorite guitarists. Yeah, it's great. I'm reading this. I should read the whole thing. But I think I asked you last time, is there going to be another sax pack? With Kim Waters and Steve Cole, because you had a ton of hits on that album. The answer is we are not quite certain about the lineup, but there will be another sax pack CD. I've already begun running material, and so is Steve, so we're going to put our heads together shortly. The thing is, I'm finishing my CD, as I just mentioned, and he's about to release his CD. So that's first, and then we're going to go on to the sax pack thing. So the answer to your question is yes. Yeah, good vibes for sure. Penny, supporting your students in the way is going to make a huge impact on them. I agree. I just want them to connect with music and connect with people, and because that's what it's about, is to make music connect with people, right? That's what it's all about. Good to see you, Penny. I don't have my glasses on. Is this the Penny? Type in. Is this the Penny? Because the middle name Joe is throwing me. Is this the Penny Watson? I believe it's the same lady I went to school with in college. If it is, love following you on Facebook, all your wonderful posts, and what you're doing with your students as well. Wow. South Carolina. I don't know where that is. South Carolina. Okay. All right. Thank you for coming in. I'm always so in tune. Thank you. I'm not always so in tune. It's always like... let me take a moment again. I don't mean for this to be a master class, but it really is part of the thing that we think about. And thank you for that comment. Is there something you think about that would just come naturally? No, does not. Yes and no. Here's the answer. When my mind is not in the right place, it is a struggle and a battle, and I want to die and I want to quit saxophone. Because I feel like, oh gosh, I've been really, really focused in trying to play correctly all these years, and then when I play out of tune, it's like, oh man, after all these years you're going to do that dumb mistake. So that's the negative side of things that can happen. Here's the more spiritual answer to your question. When you stop trying so hard, when you hear the note of where it's supposed to be, when you hear the note before it happens, and then from the practice, this doesn't happen by luck, from the practice, you execute and you make that tone come out that you're hearing in your head, then you'll be in tune. And it's about, if Penny is confirmed, the Penny I was talking about before is confirmed. That's just saying, Penny, your middle name threw me. Sorry, I didn't know you as Penny Joe. But anyway, we studied with the same saxophone professor, Leo Potts, who I've mentioned before. And what he gave us is a lifetime of not just saxophone, just music in general, how music is supposed to be, how it's supposed to go from one note to the next. And it's on a deep level. And so, again, to answer your question, it doesn't come naturally. And then occasionally on certain nights, it just happens naturally. And I'm so thankful for those nights. And those are the nights where I'm doing everything correctly. But no, I practice. I have a tuner right here. I don't, actually, it was broken up here. I can't raise it high enough. It's on my iPhone. And I have it there not to stare at, but just to kind of check on certain notes. Like a dancer, you're going to a position and you're going to check to see, am I balanced? Is it right? Am I hearing this right? That type of thing. I just kind of glance at it from here and there, and here and there. Anyway, but it's a very good question. I will say, we're not now, but eventually we'll do an actual master class, and I'd love for saxophonists to show up. We could talk about this stuff in more detail. Tour music, and well, thank you so much. My pleasure. And here's Penny. Yes, it is you. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't have my reading glasses on. I can't see your icon picture. Demetrios Jazz Alley. Yeah, I think I'm booked to play there in March. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to push it back. But I tell you who I'm playing there with. I'm playing there with Danny Serafine, who's the original drummer for Chicago. It's a whole show on Chicago tunes. Love it. Really, really classic horn parts. Love doing it. So hopefully soon. Yeah. More music, yes, coming up right away. I'm going to click through these. And Penny agrees. Leo! Butter, thank you so much. Thank you. Which saxophone do you play most? Oh, great question, John. It's like, which child do you love the most? Oh, my goodness. I can't answer that. For professionally speaking, I guess I get... No, I don't know. Okay, I will say that I don't play soprano as much, because a lot of times when you're going on the road, very rarely do they want just a soprano player. There's usually soprano and something else. So I would say tenor. I would have to say tenor, alto, soprano, but I love them all equally, and they all have their own challenges, areas to improve upon as far as I'm concerned. But I don't know. I just like them all. I'm a person that likes variety, It's a good question, though. And baritone I don't play as much. Only once in a while. Peru, welcome. All righty. Hell yeah. All right. And to that, I salute you. Let's see here. Well, I had a request for a song that's an older song from the Play CD. It's called Forever. So I will play that for you now. And Forever, it's kind of like I just played last week this song called Slide that someone had requested. Kind of similar, minor key. It's got an ostinato bass, which means a repetitive bass part that just drives the song, through the entire thing. With a bridge, and that's my musical description of the song. It was written by Roberto Valli, bass player, gave me this demo, and his writing partner and wonderful keyboardist Leon Vasquera. Both of those guys are friends of Alan Hines. That's how I got to know them, through Alan. And all three of them played for many years with Randy Crawford on the road. Phenomenal talent, Randy Crawford. And so they were her band. Anyway, so they wrote some songs, and Roberto sent me this groove. I thought, oh, I like that. Let's record it. So we did, and I wrote a little melody on top. Interesting thing about this melody, as I was relearning it, is it's not on chord tones, musical folks out there. It's on all the extensions. I don't know why. I was just into having extensions, apparently, as a melodic structure. So here we go. This is called Forever. Again, let me go to dark, and I'll click some buttons and be right back. All right. Back with you. That's called Forever. Funky. So I forgot to mention that was Lenny Castro on percussion, one of the greats. One of the greats. We hired him for the day. He came in and just read down like 10 tunes, one after another, just grooving his butt off, as you can tell. And again, I mentioned this. See, this one is Melvin Davis on bass, Dave Hooper on the drums, Alan Hines on guitar, just grooving it hard. And our special guest, live in the studio, when we did it, we all played together. And it was Russell Ferrante. And I said, Russell, just take it at the end. Do your thing. So he did. He sounded just beautiful. So Russell Ferrante, if you don't know, just released a solo album, Russell Ferrante Trio. I encourage all of you to go check it out. Russell Ferrante Trio just released it. It's a wonderful, wonderful jazz record. And a wonderful person. He's the keyboard player, co-founder of the Yellow Jackets. And super cool person. Teacher, can you play Back to Love? Oh, thank you so much. You know what? It's making the list. See, every show I write down, I take notes. I take notes on a real piece of paper like this. Back to Love. I will search for that track and see if I can add it, and then practice it, of course. You guys are making me practice a lot. Thank you. Because I don't know these tunes off the top of my head. I gotta relearn them. Yoshi's is great. Is Yoshi's still open? Yoshi's SF. I think that might have closed. I think Oakland was still open for a bit. I love Yoshi's. It's a great place. Of course, I love the sushi there. Hugs from Brazil. Thank you so much. Hug you back. Wash hands. Wash hands. Yes, sir. And clap hands. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, someone's giving me some money. Thank you so much. Thank you. Abias Lopez. Very nice. Well, what was I going to talk about? Well, I had a request for sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. I exited for a second. I had a request for an older song, again, from the Walk a Mile CD called I See It in Your Eyes. And I also had another request for an older song called Voices. So I'm here to please. So I'm going to play both of them back to back if my chops can handle it. And let's see. I See It in Your Eyes, actually, when I was at Cal State Long Beach, which is where I met Penny. We were both students, saxophone students there. I can't remember, 85, something like that, 84. I do know this. I was like 21 years old, and I wrote this song for my college band to play. And we had these like combos, like it was a class. You'd have a little small group and you'd play. So I wrote this song, and I put it on the Walk a Mile CD, and I have not played it since. So it's been a long time since I've played the song. So I thought I'd give it a try tonight. I have to get all strapped together here before I play it because it would take too long. Hold on. This requires some fancy footwork with two instruments. If I'm going to do it right. All right, that one's working. And I'm going to play the Iwi on this too. So, without any further ado, here is I See It in Your Eyes and Voices. And I'll talk about voices when I get back to you after we're done with it. Here we go. All right. That I'm out of breath. Okay, I'll admit to you. that's a that's a flow. Thank you so much. So a little bit about that song. Thank you. Thank you for your clap emojis. I really appreciate that so much. Um, ooh, someone's requesting ooh, and you know what? I did it last week. I'm gonna try to do no repeats until I have no more songs. Then I'm gonna loop around. So episode 3 has ooh on it. Um, let's see here. Thank you all for your kind words of encouragement. Does anyone know? I don't know about next for Mark 6's, so I'll let you guys discuss that. Joining late from Denton, Texas. All right, Rich. I was mentioning my nephew Sam is going to school there at University of North Texas. Because of you, it's also, thank you, Leonard. I'm now writing it on the list. Thank you. I'll do that next week. Thank you. Is it Jai Chan? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm just going to click through here. Make sure I don't miss anyone. Thanks, Jason. So a little bit about voices. Okay. Oh, let me just read this real fast. I don't play with the Rippingtons anymore. I have left them. I think I lost track of the years. It's got to be 6 years now or something. I've lost track of time. But Brandon Fields, the original saxophone player, is playing with them, who's awesome and wonderful. So when they get back on the road, you got to check them out. Woo woo. Love it. Thank you. Yeah, I was experimenting there. Somebody was asking about intonation on the horn, so I thought to test the limits. That's actually, this is an old horn. It's a 1972 King Silver Sonic 20, which is the kind of horn that Cannonball used to play. I got it because I wanted to do straight ahead gigs and practice straight ahead and get that straight ahead sound. And this mouthpiece, the Jody Jazz on the alto, the Jody Jazz HR Star Custom Dark 7 that I play, it can be played for total straight ahead. But and you can play a ballad on it, as you heard earlier, and you can also lay into it and really get to the high notes. It does everything I want it to do. I'm so happy about these mouthpieces. That's the thing, because I like straight ahead jazz, and I like contemporary funk and rock music. I like it all. But I don't want to be switching mouthpieces and having it feel different on stage. I want one mouthpiece to do everything. And I think I finally found it with these. So anyway, that's the deal with that. And then this horn is an old bebop-y type horn, traditionally a jazz horn, but I'm really having fun playing it in the contemporary arena. It's for me, it's working. Yeah. Well, thanks. I'm gonna read it twice. Did I say it right? I'm gonna say Jai Chan Lee. That's right. That's the way I'd say it. You're a long time Iwi guy, but I'm getting the Roland Aerophone. What do you think of it? I've tried it once or twice at the NAMM show. It's cool. I didn't. It actually plays very well. Not a bad horn, not a bad instrument. He's talking about the Aerophone by Roland. You can Google that. It's basically their version of the Iwi, and it's got sounds on board, which are cool. What I do like about it, it has a speaker built into it, I believe, so you can play it just by yourself, like, without having to have headphones in. That's cool. And I think it has good facility. That's good. And I don't know that you can change the sounds. The sound bank's very important to me. I want to be able to edit my sounds and change them. Just as I change mouthpieces and reeds and stuff like that, I want to change my electronic sounds as well, have control over them. And I don't know that you can edit them. That's the one thing probably why I hesitated from that, going that direction. But man, if it's working for you, play it. Play it. Alexander, do you have plans to produce a live album when this pandemic is over? It's funny. I did produce a live album at Jazz Alley with my group in 2018, and it was a good performance. And there was a problem with the hard drives. It wasn't my system. It was someone who I had hired, and they, it happens. It happens. And I guess there was an epic fail, so we lost the recording. To answer your question, yes, I do want to do a live album. I absolutely do, especially with the band I have: Melvin Davis, Dave Hooper, Alan Hines, Mark Stevens, Dave Gohansky, some of the topmost musicians. Speaking of musicians, on that last track, that song was written by Dave Kohansky. Just anthemic, beautiful, powerful song. And the funny thing about it, not funny, the notable thing about it is it was, I remember the time that he submitted it to me for the CD and when he wrote it. And he said, believe it or not, you wouldn't know it, but it was right after 9/11 occurred. And he thought his message was, his musical message was, we need to stand up and be one voice. We need to be one voice. So he called it Voices. And I thought that's such a beautiful sentiment. It's about rebuilding and about strength. And I think, I'm not going to go political on you, but I think history is cyclical, right? So we find ourselves again to rebuild. And I think that sentiment rings true today, that we need to stick together. We need to be one voice. Many voices become one voice. That's always the plan. And what brings us together better than music, right? So, speaking of the Riptons, went on a cruise with you. Oh, okay. And Steve Oliver back in 2008. That was fun. I love those things. Because I love to eat. I love the buffets. And, of course, playing with you guys. You know what's a drag about that cruise is the plan was to have it be a Rippington's boat, like if it's just our fans and us on this boat, and we'll have just a huge party for a week or whatever it was, 3 days. But we did sell enough tickets, so we had to, only have part of the boat, right? I guess we got the aft section, and as such, we had to, we had all our stage gear set up to play for you guys. And every gig, we did like 4 gigs or something like that. Every gig we had to strike everything. We couldn't leave it set up because we were like, can't we just leave this set up and maybe the other performers could play in the other theater? It's like, no, we have to have bingo here in 5 hours. So we had to strike the stage, all the microphones, all the speakers, all the bass amps, everything had to be stricken and stored away so they could, B45, B45. Anybody? That was funny. That's what you got to do. Oh, okay. Because of you for your wife. Okay, I will get on that. I promise. Oh, Live at Spaghettini's album, Jacob says. That's a good idea. That's actually a great place to play. Not a bad idea. Stories about voices. Yes, that's important. So, you guys, would you mind if I see, we're kind of looking at the clock on the wall. I'm going to play one more for you. I always make a note to not talk so much, and I never succeed at that. So, sorry. I'm going to play one more for you, and but I will, having said that, I'll talk a little bit more about this song. This is from the Play CD, and I played, I played the Lucky One a few weeks back that someone had requested, and this is the same rhythm section on this one. So it is Teddy Campbell on drums, an awesome musician, and Alex Al on the bass guitar, and I want to say Tim. Oh, forgive me. I've meant to look up his name and I forgot to do it. On guitar, he's a great player, and Dave Kohansky who produced this track. This song was written by myself and Miles Gilderdale, who's the guitarist for Acoustic Alchemy. He sent me this track, a demo of it, and I thought, okay, another grooving song. I like it. I like where you're going. And I remember that I recorded this is the one. I recorded the melody for the song, the one that you hear on the album. I was on the road at the time in London, in the UK, playing the Pizza Express Jazz Club. And then the masters were due the next week, so I had to finish it. So I went to the nightclub, in the daytime. So I was the only one there. I asked the manager if he could just let me in, I won't steal any pizza or booze, I promise. So I went downstairs, set up my recording gear, my 414, my Neve mic pre, and little Pro Tools setup, and I was in a club by myself for hours jamming on the song. And I realized nightclubs, jazz clubs are a wonderful place to record. It's got a right vibe, ambience, sounds good in there, so I think, we should do a live album without the audience, just us in the club. So anyway, here is Movin' Up, but I muted the saxophone so I could play for you. And enjoy. Here we go. Woo! I gotta take next week and play some more mellow songs. I know I already have a couple on the list. don't involve the songs I didn't write when I was such a young man. But thank you very much. I'm glad you are digging it here. Oh, My Fantasy. I'm gonna put that down too. Nice. Thanks for these suggestions. I'll look for these files to play for you. Okay. All right. He's going back to the airphone thing. That's cool. I'm gonna check it out then. Interesting. Very nice. Hi, Valerie. Thank you. And Cindy. Oh, yeah. Early Thursday. Oh, my goodness. Every Thursday, I say, you pull out the CDs. Very good. Thank you. Hey, Michael. Thank you very much. No, this is not the 82Z. I used to play an 82Z. He's talking about the tenor saxophone. This is the Trevor James Custom Raw. That's the name of this the alto and the tenor. The alto, I'm not playing that one tonight, but the tenor I'm playing tonight is that one. Yeah, thanks, Rich. Appreciate that. Thank you, Carrie. You're a crack at genius. Okay, I like that. That's a fun song, isn't it? And I remember Miles did his guitar part, the acoustic guitar part. It's like a repetitive groove thing. And we recorded that in the apartments in the UK, in the little flat, they call them, there that they give us to stay. We just set up the Pro Tools gear there and recorded his acoustic guitar there. We have, things are so portable these days. You can pretty much record anywhere. I pretty much have. I've even recorded in a car, if you can believe it. Yes, it was MIDI information, but I did record a keyboard solo in a car just to see if we could do it. It was fun. Well, folks, I'm looking at the clock on the wall, and it's that time. I thank you so very much for joining me. I really appreciate you clicking in every other Wednesday, and I'll make an announcement. I might need to shift my schedule around, and if I do, I'll let you know when the next Zen Den thing's going to be. But if it's very simple. If you show up, I'll show up and keep on playing for you. So I really do appreciate you. And I keep on forgetting to do the advertising thing. Now that I have your attention, I am coming up with a new CD. It is being mixed even as we speak. We're over halfway through the songs. I've got like 4 left to do. And as soon as we're done, we're going to send it to press and everything, and we got some fun stuff for you to get involved with regard to that new CD too, and I'll be announcing all that later. So once again, thank you all very much. Hope you had a good time. I always enjoy myself with you all. So be well, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll see you in a few. Okay. Good night.